Hey guys, welcome back to another pickups video to go over my physical pickups for the last, I think, 4 months. It's been a while since I made a physical pickups video. I think it was all the way back in April. But wanted to get this one out of the way because as the end of the year approaches, that's when I typically take advantage of holiday sales, Black Friday sales, and that's when I do my bulk of physical game pickups. So this is a good time to recap what's been happening in the last 4 months, I guess. And I'm going to start with quote-unquote new releases. Obviously, some of these are kind of old, because I haven't done a pickups video in like 4 months. But with that being said, I'm going to start with an obvious one here. I picked up Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Some of you guys may already know I was a huge fan of the original 3D World game on the Nintendo Wii U. It's one of my favorite. It's my favorite Wii U game actually, and one of my favorite Mario 3D games. So I was very excited to pick this one up. I already beat 3D World, and I'm in the process of playing Bowser's Fury. It shouldn't take me too long. It's a shorter game, so I'll probably do an impressions video just to go over this new version. But happy to have this in my Nintendo Switch collection. It's a classic. You can't go wrong with the Mario games. Let's see. Let me just get my pile of games here sorted out. The next one I picked up, I don't mind picking, I'm typically not buying games on day one as I used to. Case in point, Resident Evil Village. I know some people will, be wondering if I got that. But a lot of the new PS5, PS4 releases, I'm saving those for Black Friday because I know they will drop in price. But for games like this, which is, Game Builder Garage, a first-party Nintendo published kind of like game maker release. This is a budget release. It was only $30, so I decided to pull the trigger. Even though I'm not into building levels. Way back when I played the first Little Big Planet. I was never into the game or level creation aspect of pretty much any game. I dabble it with the Super Mario Maker. That was pretty fun, but typically I let other people express their creativity, and I just take advantage of their creativity and play their levels. So this one looks pretty interesting. I've seen people do some crazy things online with their levels. So it's a first-party Nintendo title, budget for like $30. So why not? Decided to pull the trigger and get the physical copy of this game. As usual, the insert art in Nintendo games is always beautiful. I really enjoy that. Since we're not getting any instruction booklets or anything, we gotta take those wins, like inside art and whatnot. But happy to have this in my collection, even though it's not a AAA title per se. Now, this was a no-brainer for me. You guys know me. I'm a huge Suda51 fan, Grasshopper manufacturer and whatnot. So had to get the No More Heroes re-releases on the Nintendo Switch. These are kind of like remastered versions of the Wii games. I love these two games. In fact, this is one of my favorite Wii games right here, and perhaps my favorite Suda51 games, the first one. These were released originally through limited run games, but I believe Best Buy now has their own version of these games. I was on the verge of pre-ordering the collector's edition, which looked amazing. It, obviously limited run games, they put a lot of goodies in their collector's editions, but decided to go with just the regular vanilla ones. They already come with their own, instructions manual and inside art and like a mini instruction booklet. So it's not like you're getting nothing for your value. This is the limited run card I got with the game. It's the collector's edition was, it's, when you add shipping and all that, it's a little bit on the expensive side. So I just decided to go with the regular physical release of the game, and I'm pretty happy because, again, it comes with a bunch of goodies that are, I guess, worth it, because when you start adding the shipping and all that with limited run games, the prices tend to go up there. Yeah, pretty happy that they re-released those games. I'll probably be triple dipping or quadruple dipping, because I already have the PS3 version of No More Heroes. But I plan to buy these games on Steam, to have the best visual and performance. But very happy to have them on the Switch and to support a good cause, which is more Suda 51 games out there. And speaking of which, I did not pick up No More Heroes 3 yet. That's a game that I consider picking up on day one just to show my support. But I think at this point I'll just wait until Black Friday, and hopefully that there will be some sort of minor discount. I know those games don't typically get good discounts, but we'll see. And you guys know me, even though I have no intention of playing this anytime soon, I had to get this. I'm a huge Zelda fan, so no surprises here. Skywars Sword, the HD, I guess, re-release on the Nintendo Switch. I'm curious to see how this one will work. I know the controls were hit or miss on the original one, I'm curious to see how they fixed it. I know they're not fully conventional controls, which has me a little bit worried, but I think it's a little bit better than the original game for the Wii, which I beat that game back in the day, got it on day one, got the collector's edition with the golden Wiimote and whatnot. I thought it was a pretty good game, perhaps not the best Zelda title out there, but I did have a pretty good time with Skyward Sword, back in the day, and it'll be interesting to revisit this game. Because it does offer some cool tidbits in terms of the story. This is supposed to be the first chronological Zelda game, the creation of the Master Sword and whatnot with Fi over there. Looking forward to playing this at one point. I'm not in a hurry, but I'll get to it eventually. And of course, we had to pick up the Amiibo that pertains to that game, which is the Loftwing and the Princess Zelda right there. Pretty happy to have this. I did not get it on day one, and I missed out on the pre-order. So thankfully, I think Leo posted a link. He sent me a message saying that they were restocked at Best Buy. So put an order in, and pretty happy to have it because it's a pretty lofty, no pun intended, because this is Loftwing, but pretty heavy, pretty well made Amiibo. As I typically do, I'll open this and put it on the shrine in the back there. But looks pretty nice, pretty detailed, and I just had to get it. Being a Zelda fan, that was a no-brainer for me. Let's say, and then sticking with I guess let's keep on going with the Switch games that I picked up. No surprises here. I'm a big fan of this series. I know it's not very popular, but I do have a lot of fond memories of the first 2 N64 titles for this particular series, and I was very excited and very happy that this series was getting a new game released this year. And I'm talking about none other than Cruisin Blast, a crazy, over-the-top racing game that I always enjoy the concept, dating all the way back to Cruisin USA, which was released, in like 1996 or something. Always enjoy the over-the-top, types of different vehicles that you can use, sports vehicles, and then you have like a school bus going at the same speed, right next to you. Always love the over-the-top arcadey concepts that these games bring to the table. And I had to pick this one on day one, and it's stupid fun. I haven't put a whole lot of time into it, but it's a very fun title, and I'm looking forward to unlocking all the tracks and different vehicles that the game has to offer. So guaranteed fun here with Cruisin Blast, which it's getting a lot of positive reviews from like YouTubers, people that are reviewing the game, which really brings joy, especially considering the last game that was released on the Wii was a complete disaster. So pretty happy that this game is getting some positive impressions out there. And hopefully the series keeps on chugging along, because I do enjoy these games because they're just silly fun. So that's the end of Switch pickups. Now we'll switch to the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. A moment here, drum rolls, I guess, because this is the first PlayStation 5 game that I picked up. As you guys know, I bought the PS5 early in the year, and I bought it mostly to use it as a PS4 Pro, because I don't have a PS4 Pro, to take advantage of the 4K resolution, the improved performance and frame rate to existing PlayStation 4 games. So the only PS5 game that I truly played so far is being Astrobot or whatever, Astro Playroom, I think it's called, which comes loaded in the game, and I loved it. Excellent 3D platformer. But I haven't picked up any of the heavy hitters. Ratchet and Clank came out, Resident Evil Village, Demon Souls, which I know it's sacrilege that I haven't picked that game up. However, this is my first PS5 game, and I don't know if a lot of people are gonna know this game, but it's Tormented Souls, and it's really a kind of like an indie game, although it looks very good. It's basically a Resident Evil 1 or old school Resident Evil homage, I guess, in a way. This is basically classic survival horror, with fixed camera angles and the tank controls. So this game, I'm sure it's not for everyone. I know a lot of people hate the tank controls and whatnot. But for me, being a huge Resident Evil fan, this is right up my alley. I looked at some gameplay footage, and the game looks really good. Like graphically, the game looks really good. Gameplay wise, looks a little bit wonky. There's some jank in there, being an indie title. I think there's the development studios from like Chile or something. So it's kind of like a low budget indie survival horror game, but I decided to get it. They have a physical release for this game. I'm afraid it could become kind of rare maybe in the future or something like that. However, they do have a digital version. The digital version is only $20, and the physical version, it's unfortunately twice as expensive. It's like $40. But again, I wanted to have something to support, and show support to the classic survival horror genre, which it's kind of forgotten at this point. And the cool thing is, it does have some back like art, on the sleeve, on the inside, which is cool. A lot of these titles just have kind of like a white background or whatever, so pretty cool that they added some art on the inside. So looking forward to play this. October is coming up, so it'll be the perfect time to play this during Halloween month. But yeah, Tormented Souls, looking forward to playing this. I'm a huge fan of the classic Resident Evil games, so it should be pretty fun. And speaking of kind of like homage and classic Resident Evil games, this is another physical release that I picked up for the PlayStation 4, and it's a game that received mixed reviews, but again, being a huge Resident Evil fan, I wanted to get the physical version of the game, and that game is Daymare. I believe Daymare 1998 is the official title of the game. Yeah, Daymare 1998, yeah. And it's kind of like a homage, or I guess another indie game that kind of looks after Resident Evil 2, if you will. I've seen gameplay footage. In fact, I own this game on Steam, but I haven't played it yet. So when I saw the chance to pick this up for cheap physically, I decided to pull the trigger. Just because, again, I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, and I kind of want to have all these Resident Evil inspired indie games in my collection. As you guys can see here, these are the two being featured in this video. So looking forward to play Daymare, even though it didn't get very good, or it got mixed reviews. A lot of people complain about the janky controls, which is no surprise. These are games being made by smaller developers with limited budgets, obviously. So you can't expect to have a AAA experience here, but I'm more than willing here to check these games out and see what they're all about. And finally, another PS4 title that I was excited to pick it up. I wasn't sure when I was going to pick this up. I wasn't sure for what system I was going to pick this up. I was kind of waiting getting my feet wet, trying to get some information on the status of the game. And it's one of the most controversial releases of last year, and I'm talking about Cyberpunk 2077. Finally decided to pick this up because it was on sale. I'm sure a lot of people picked this up because it was on sale for $10 on Best Buy for the physical edition. And the cool thing about this is that the PlayStation 5 upgrade will be free once it's released. And you know, it's a physical version of the game that comes with the cardboard sleeve. It comes with you know, obviously the game, and the game itself, you know, has, you know, like 2 discs and some pamphlets and, you know, art on the inside, which is pretty cool. It has an alternate cover, as you guys can see here in the back. It comes with a bunch of like postcards or, you know, art, as you guys can see here, which is really cool. It comes with a promo code here to redeem something. So a bunch of, you know, cool things. HBO trial code, I don't know why why that's for. World Compendium. So for $10, you know, you can't go wrong. And on top of that, if that wasn't enough for you guys, it came with the Steelbook also from Best Buy. So you know, the Steelbook, to be honest, doesn't look that great. You know, the art looks, I guess, interesting, but you know, I don't really know that character or whatever. I kind of like the inside better, you know, the classic Cyberpunk logo, and then the spine has the yellow Cyberpunk theme going on. So for $10, I couldn't say no. It's a PS4 and a PS5 game. I know the game is marred with, you know, glitches, and I believe still, you know, the game doesn't run in a perfect manner. So I don't have any rush to play the game. I know some people were going crazy to play the game just to, you know, review the game and all that. You know, I didn't really care for it. I'll be more than happy to you know, wait until the PS5 version is out. I'd like to think that that version will fix most of the problems and have, you know, obviously great graphics and performance. So for, you know, for now, I kind of just put my hand in the fire, you know, got the copy for $10, and we'll be on a wait and see approach. You know, we can't go wrong for $10. So pretty happy that, you know, Best Buy had that deal going on for Cyberpunk. So with that being said, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this pickups video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all later. Take it easy.